So we're gonna see if I can get all these cards together to do this intro picture. See, they're falling. This is, oh crap. And I just dropped some in the floor. This is 22 years of cards, you guys. 22 years of cards. And I'm going to share with you how I decided to organize them all. Hey you guys, I'm Kristin and welcome to the Gold Project. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and on this channel, we have a mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to click that red subscribe button and to become a part of our community and our mission. So back in the fall, I shared with you part 1 of my paper declutter. And at the very end of the video, I stopped when I got to the greeting cards to my husband and from my husband, because I knew I wanted to keep them, but I wasn't exactly sure how to organize them because the way that I had organized them previously just was not working. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cut to some of that footage so that you can see kind of where we ended in the fall. These are the binders that I had everything put in up until 2017. You guys, I thought this was a fantastic organizing project here. I was like, oh, I think I've nailed it. No, I didn't, because I've not even opened this. So these are the 2 piles that I have. This is Nathan's pile. This is my pile. So basically from Nathan, from me, and look what I had kept. This makes me so happy. I've kept all of these aren't all of them, but a nice assortment of cards that went with flowers that he gave me. Now we're to the special cards. My husband's cards and my cards from each other. So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that I would like to go through and I would like to take pictures of the front and the messages inside and create Shutterfly books with those. So I wouldn't need the actual card anymore, because I've taken a picture of it and I've made it into a memory book. So that is where I'm gonna end for today. So I hope this video has not been all over the place, and I hope that it has helped you a little bit. So some of these cards have traveled with me seriously for 22 years. So we started dating back in 1998, and I actually have a little card from flowers that was from 1997. So I needed a way to organize these cards that I was gonna look at, because how many times have I actually gone to the little vinyl envelope that they were in and pulled out one of these cards to look at? 0 times. 0. Some of them, 22 years, I've never gone and looked at one of these cards. But I wanted to make sure that I was able to keep the memories. So if you know anything about me, and if you know anything about the way that I memory keep, you probably know what I did. So I took all of these cards here, I organized them out by year and date. So some of them, like this has 2006 on it. So I divided the cards out by my husband, like to my husband and from my husband. So I had 2 different stacks, to Nathan and then from Nathan. And then I took each one of the stacks and I sorted them by year. And then the one, I took a sticky note and put the year on just one of the cards. So here's one from 2009. Here's one from 2008. So, and then all the cards from like 2008, 2007 went behind this one card here. So then I sorted all of them based on year. Then I took pictures of everything and I created a Shutterfly photo book full of the cards. So this is what the front looks like. So it's got a picture of me and my husband. And then it says Kristin and Nathan, special words and cards through our relationship. And look, everything is in this one album Look at the space. If I can hold them all, they're gonna fall. Okay, here are all the cards here that I can't even fit in my hand, and then here's the book. So look at the space that I'm saving by moving all of these cards to a book. That is a ton of space. I can tell you I will pick this up and I will look at it. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm going to go to an overhead shot, and I wanna kind of flip through the book. You're not gonna be able to read the words and all of that, but I just wanna share with you how I have it organized and the overall look of this book. I can tell you that I'm so excited with how it turned out, and I cannot wait to add it to my living room bookcase. So this is a close-up of the Shutterfly book that I created with all of the cards. So on the side, I did do the little binding on the side. It says special words and cards through our relationship. Just so if I stack it on the shelf, you can tell what the book is by the binding. So with Shutterfly, you can choose a theme for your book, and then they give you different backgrounds and different elements that come with that theme, and then you can add to those backgrounds and layouts, and they call these ribbons. Anything can be added to, but you pick a theme so that you get a basic set of backgrounds and stickers and layouts. So this book ended up being, I don't know if it's marked. It's not marked. I want to say it ended up being like 60-something pages. So I absolutely love Shutterfly. And here's the thing. This took maybe, because I'm sure you might want to know this, this took about 2 weeks from ordering and then shipping it to me to get to my house. So from order to doorstep was about 2 weeks, which I don't think is bad at all. Now I did do the option to where I could get the little pocket for the back. Now this cost $1.99. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna do it right now with you. So I'm gonna stick it to the back, and it's just a little adhesive pocket. And the reason why I did this is so that I would have a pocket for some of the flower cards, the cards that came with the flowers that Nathan gave me for different holidays. So these are right here, and see, I do have them marked. And the most important one is this one right here. This is the first card from our relationship. So from 1997, before we were ever dating, he sent me 6 yellow roses with this little card that says, hoping to have more than a friendship. So that's probably one of the most important things that I own, is this little card actually. So I'm gonna keep all of these in this little pocket. And I also did this for the Disney book as well. And then he wrote me this poem years ago, and I don't know, I just wanted to keep the actual paper. So this is actually not in here. So I just wanted to fold it and keep it in the back. So that is in here as well. So all of those things are now in the pocket. And I guess you can stick that down, but I don't really want to do that because I might want to open it and look at it. Okay, so that is in the back, and I did that for the Disney book as well with all of the clues. So if you've got things that you don't want to include in the photo book but want to have them in the actual book, add one of these at the end. So when you add the Shutterfly book to the cart, it will ask you if you want to add one of these adhesive pockets. So I sectioned the book up in 2 sections. So the first section, see, there's a picture of that. So basically I want to have this as the main starter page. So I broke the book up into 2 different sections, to Nathan and then to me. So I started each section off with some pictures throughout our relationship. And thankfully I had most of these already in Shutterfly. And then I just went by the year. So every page has a picture, and I tried to make sure I grabbed pictures from that actual year. So from 1999, this is at Nathan's after graduation party. Then I've got the front of the card and the inside of the card. So I've done that throughout the book. Now some of the pictures may not be exact. I tried my best, and this is hilarious. But a lot of times when I go back and I can't figure out, you know, what's 2002 versus 2003, I will go off the hairstyles. I'll be like, okay, in 2002, I had a perm. So I will know that this is a 2002 picture because of my hairstyle. I know that's crazy, but it has helped me throughout the years, because there for a while I had many different hairstyles. So some of them had different sections of cards, so it wasn't just a front, middle, and a back. So this was like a 3-fold card, so I did all of those. And I was very happy with the way that the inside of the cards turned out. I was scared that by doing pictures, I wouldn't get the quality and be able to read the writing, but no issues at all. So everything turned out really good, and I took pictures. This one here, I did several different elements. So I did an overall, and then I did each little section that was on that card. So you guys, I just absolutely love this book. I'm so glad that I came up with this idea to do this, because now I have the memory, and it's probably more special than the actual card because everything is right here. So I just kind of want to flip through and share with you all of the pictures. And that's when we had Kate, 2009. And I don't know why the one on this font looks like an I. I don't know, but that's how it turned out. So, like, okay, that's not a 1, but I guess we'll go with it. So I just think it turned out super, super cute. In 2013 is when we had Derek. So that's Derek as a baby. And I didn't have cards from every year. I just had I used the ones that we had cards for. And then we get to the section to me. So once again, same type of starter page. So I've got a layout of pictures. And then it starts in 1998. Look at Chelsea. That was my first Pomeranian, Chelsea. So this is a little note that he wrote me. This is really the first time I'm flipping through it because I wanted to flip through it with you guys. But yeah, the pictures turned out good. Everything turned out a lot better than I had anticipated. Super, super happy with how everything turned out. So I would highly recommend if you're trying to save any type of, anything. I've even heard of people that took pictures of, like clothing items that they really didn't need to keep the actual piece of clothing, but they wanted the memory. So they would just take a picture of it and then save that. Look how young Armani is there. Oh, and one tip that I do when I make these books is I try not to put anything that's important in the very center. So if you see here, I'm kind of cut off because the very end of the page is in the binding. So a lot of times I like to try to move it out from the binding so that that does not create an issue. Or if you notice, like this picture here, it's got a lot of extra space on the side. So that's a perfect picture for that. So that is it. And you might wonder, so what am I going to do from here on out if I get the same type of cards and all of that from 2020 on? And I will just do the same thing. I will keep and there's ending with a set of pictures as well. Same type of process. I'll keep them in a vinyl envelope. When I have enough, I will create another book. So, oh, that's the back. The back's pretty plain. So you guys, that is how I have decided to keep all of the special cards and memories to my husband and from my husband. So I hope that you have enjoyed seeing a little peek at our book. So you guys, that is how I created my Shutterfly photo book with all of the cards that my husband and I have exchanged since 1998. I think this turned out fantastic. I'm so excited to add it to the bookcase. And I feel like this was my biggest thing for me. My kids, Kate is a really, I would say, sentimental person, and so is Derek. So she actually goes through, Derek's too young right now, but Kate actually will go through the photo books that we have on our bookcase because we have them to where they can access them, pull them down, look at them, and put them back. And is she really going to go through these cards one day? Probably not. I mean, who's going to take time to go through these cards? But I know for a fact that she will pull this book up one day and she will go through it. And it may be when Nathan and I are not here anymore, but this is a great way for our kids to see where our relationship started and where it has gone from there. So I think this is one of my favorite things. I'm so excited with how it turned out. And I'm so excited that my kids will be able to reference the relationship and the words that my husband and I have exchanged since the very beginning of our relationship. So you guys, I want to know in the comments below, do you keep greeting cards that you exchange with your loved ones? Do you just read them and toss them? How do you organize them, or do you keep them at all? So let's get a conversation going about that in the comments below. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you hit that red subscribe button to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.